When everything is racism, nothing is racism. I started to say this during the Black Lives Matter Incorporated riots because I care about Black lives, their lives. God values human life. We're to value it, which is why I cannot support the Maoist organization, Black Lives Matter Incorporated, because I care about Black people. So I started to talk about when everything is racism, nothing is racism. This is a guy who's a finalist to be the president of the University of Florida, and he's a DEI activist. And he's talking here about his view of racism. And he sets up this discussion about everything being racism, therefore nothing is racism. Let me just quickly explain that. If you tell your child that everything is hot, then nothing is hot. If you tell your kid, don't touch the dog is hot. Don't touch the ball is hot. When you tell your kid, don't touch the stove is hot, he's going to touch the stove because there's never been any real hot. Watch this, and then we'll get to an example of everything being racism, therefore nothing being racism.
Systemic racism is embedded in every corner of any institution. And so the only way to solve it is to have everyone doing their part. First, being truthful about the fact that there is racism. But second...
Okay, pause. Of course there's racism. It's a human sin problem. But it's embedded in everything. Institutional racism. What is an institution? Well, it's pieces of paper. It's a building. So everybody has racism? That goes against the rules. We're told that Black people don't have racism.
And actually, really looking at themselves inside and asking what parts of me are racist and what steps do I have to take to move beyond that. Everybody has implicit bias, and an institution can only change if everyone takes ownership of and responsibility for changing the place. So I'm trying to address some pretty difficult issues.
We could start with this. Why don't we just go to racism being applied against other people? Why don't we just recognize that institutions cannot solve a sin problem, nor can laws? Why don't we then protect people with, I don't know, laws against, let's say, blocking, Asian men from getting into Harvard? Oh, wait, that was racism. Because they're doing that. They're blocking Asian men from getting in, but that's virtuous racism. But when everything is racism, nothing is racism, right? Now, when this all unfolds and you start to understand what has become of this thinking, that there is institutional racism in everything and everybody and all people are racist, and even if they don't know it, they're racist, then it makes sense that you get to an incredibly sad position with a woman explaining that her obesity is the fault of institutional racism. And I'll show you that in a second, right after I tell you how you can do something for your body that can help you feel better about what you're doing for people's lives. You're going to wash your body for the rest of your life with soap unless you want to be a stinky, disgusting hippie. And if so, well, that's your choice. You can wash your body with soap that's made in China or other countries. In the case of China, it's probably made with slave labor, might be tested on people against their will. That is not the case with Allen soaps. Allen's is made in America by a family with 3 generations of soap making expertise. And that name, Allen, that's a person. He's 13. He's been through about 18 operations. He's effectively nonverbal. The soap company exists so he has a place to work and work he does. He invents fragrances of soap. He works in packaging. He works in quality control. His brother Ian works there now. So does Amy. They're both impacted by autism. So make a decision. Wash your body with something that shows all lives matter to you. Go to allensoaps.com/Todd. You get 10% off all their products there. allensoaps.com/Todd. When everything is racism, nothing is racism. When all institutions are racist, then none are racist. When everything is hot, nothing is hot. And this constant drumbeat of everything is racism has created utterly tragic circumstances where people have decided that something they have absolute control over is the result of racism. This woman is talking about obesity in the Black community.
When people talk about Black women being obese, I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
You've become fat because President Trump has been in office for 150 days this time. That level of insanity where everything is racism, therefore nothing is racism, does something deeply, deeply damaging. It creates mental impotence, spiritual impotence. I am an object affected through the ether, through the miasma of the air. President Trump has made me fat. Or you could turn to the Holy Spirit. God told us we are not to have spirits of fear, but to have comfort in him. You could turn and know that God is on the throne. You could turn and know that you're loved, made in the womb, knitted together. God counted every hair on your head and know that he loves you without regard to your body size. But he'd like to have you take responsibility for the temple.